like me, you can't smoke like me. So don't try and be like me. Let's party together.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
Baseball is a beautiful thing. It's more beautiful in an old park. It's asymmetrical and quirky. But even in a dome with artificial turf, it's beautiful. The way the field fans out, the choreography of the sport, the pace and rhythm of it. The fact that that pace and rhythm allows for conversation and reflection and opinion and comparison.
In right field, the crowd is tormenting Strawberries, singing Darryl, Darryl. Little roller up along first, behind the man. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win.
And there's a fly ball deep to left. It's on its way. There it goes, and the Yankees are going to the World Series. Aaron Boone.
Ground ball stabbed by Folk. He has it. He underhands to first for the first time in 86 years. The Red Sox have won baseball world championship. Can you believe it?
It's a pastime, something you do. It's entertainment, something you watch. And it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three criteria to other things. What makes baseball special is that it's the best game that's ever been devised.
Smith corks one into right down the line. It may go. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy.
Sure as God made green apples, someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time. And the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win. What a lucky break. The good Lord wants the Cubs to win.
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam-a ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-1 lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America. You get in a ballpark, and it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
Swung line drive left field. One run is in. Here comes Breen. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country.
If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to one strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to first. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose was
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, boys and girls, and join us for Braves Country Radio NLDS. You're listening live, and the scene is Los Angeles, California, Dodger Stadium, where we're set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of Padres-Dodgers in a decisive Game 5. Hi, I'm Mac Magee, and here are your starting lineups for tonight's action. Leading off for the San Diego Padres and playing first base, it's Luis Arias. We'll be giving you the postseason statistics for the lineups tonight. Arias is batting .167 and a .334 OPS. No home runs, no RBIs, no stolen bases. Batting second, playing right, it's Fernando Tatis. He has a whopping 3 home runs, 5 RBI, an eye-popping .438 batting average, and a ground-shaking .1688 OPS. Batting third and playing left, it's Jurickson Profar. 1 RBI, .267 average, and a .656 OPS. Manny Machado batting cleanup and playing third. 1 home run, 2 RBI, a .222 average, and a .611 OPS. Jackson Merrill is batting fifth and patrolling center field for the San Diego Padres. He has 1 home run, 3 RBI, a .214 average, and a .782 OPS. Xander Bogaerts is batting sixth and playing short. 1 home run, 4 RBI, a .267 average, and an .846 OPS. David Peralta is the designated hitter and batting seventh. 1 home run, 4 RBI, 400 average, and a .1200 OPS. Jake Cronenworth is batting eighth and playing second. He has a .231 average, a .718 OPS, no home run, no RBI, no stolen bases. And Kyle Higashioka is batting ninth and behind home plate tonight. The hind catcher has 1 home run, 2 RBI, a .167 average, and a .654 OPS. On the mound for the San Diego Padres, it's Yu Darvish. Darvish is 1-0 in the postseason with a 1.29 ERA, a .71 whip, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits allowed, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks given up. He'll be going head-to-head with Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Yamamoto is 0-0 with a 15 ERA, a 2.33 whip, 3 innings pitched, 5 hits allowed, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, and 1 home run served. Backing up Yamamoto in the bottom of the first inning, it's Shohei Ohtani, the designated hitter. Ohtani this postseason has a .250 average and a .771 OPS, 1 home run, 4 RBI. Batting second, playing right, Mookie Betts. 2 home runs, 3 RBI, a .267 average, 1056 OPS. Batting third and playing first, Freddie Freeman. Batting .273, 1 stolen base, and a .546 OPS. Teoscar Hernandez is batting cleanup and in left field. He has 1 home run, 6 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .333, and a .945 OPS. Batting fifth, playing third, it's Max Muncy. A .188 average and a .673 OPS. 1 home run, 1 RBI. Will Smith is behind home plate and batting sixth. He has 1 home run, 2 RBI, a .077 batting average, and a .602 OPS. Kike Hernandez is in center field and batting seventh. A .333 average, .666 OPS. Gavin Lux is batting seventh and playing second. He has a .333 average here in the postseason with 1 home run, 3 RBI, and an .886 OPS. And Tommy Edman is at short and batting ninth. The switch hitter has a .286 average and a .572 OPS. 1 RBI, 2 stolen bases. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Trip Gibson. Your first base umpire is Adrian Johnson. Second base will be manned by Mark Rippinger, and down the third base line, it's John Lipka. Deep in the left field corner, you've got Corey Blazer And in the right field corner, it's Dan Bellino. Game time temperatures are expected to be about 80 degrees at first pitch here in Los Angeles, California at Dodger Stadium. 8:08 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:08 Pacific is first pitch here for Game 5 of a 5-game set. The series tied at 2 apiece. The winner will head home to host the New York Mets on Sunday in the National League Championship Series. We'd like to thank all the Country Club members for helping support the channel. Please become a Country Club member today. And if you haven't already, smash that like and subscribe to Braves Country Radio. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. It's Padres, Dodgers, do or die. Win or go home in a National League West showdown. These bitter rivals squaring off one more time in 2024, and the home team hasn't seemed to matter much. San Diego 1-1 in Los Angeles. The Los Angeles Dodgers 1-1 in San Diego. The LA Dodgers come in today minus 145 on the money line. The over-under is 7.5. Looking for picks to click tonight. Looking at the numbers versus Yu Darvish of the LA Dodger lineup, we'll take Freddie Freeman to click on the Dodger side. And in the Padres, it's really hard to go against Fernando Tatis. Freddie has 3 home runs and a .250 average and 40 at-bats versus Yu Darvish. Tatis is 3 for 3. No home runs, no RBI, but batting 1,000 versus Yamamoto. Give me the San Diego Padres to eke one out here in Los Angeles. Give me Padres 6, Dodgers 5. What I expect to be an instant classic. It's time to get your game face on. Tell us in the chat who you are pulling for. Also, vote along on who you want to win. We'll talk about it as the game goes on. It does not get any better than this. Elimination Baseball right ahead here on the BCR Radio Network.
Play ball! Get this bus moving.
Stop.
Come back.
Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
Good evening to everyone out there. If you're a Padres fan, if you are a Dodgers fan, or if you're just pulling against one or the other, good evening to you. I have to set up my broadcast again. I'll tell you what, this thing's having some problems tonight. Give me 1 second, we'll do roll call. All right. I think we got that squared away. As we are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of Dodgers and Padres. And I have to share the screens because, well, I can tell you this. If you ever thought about using StreamYard, don't. That's all I can tell you. It has so many issues. Definitely think we're going to look into something before the next season. But we are what we are right now. There is the lineup. We'll leave that up there for a second. We're going to scroll up and get you set here. Now, for those of y'all who may be new to the broadcast, the music will die here in a second. And we will have a 3D of Dodgers and Padres. In the first inning, we wait for it to kick in. And then after that, it'll be 3D. So at the very beginning, you're going to see a scoreboard. But after that, we should be good to go.
All right, who do we have here in the chat tonight? I know I saw a lot of people in there chatting. Good evening, Billy Sanford. Thank you for the contribution tonight to Braves Country Radio, BCR, as we try to stay neutral at Padres Dodgers. Thank you for the contribution there. Who do we have else here in here? Got Billy Sanford. I saw the Beeve is in here tonight. I thought I saw John, Beeve Country Club member. D Real, we see you. Brian Andrews, Country Club member. James Hagan, Country Club member. Scrolling backwards, so I might miss somebody because I'm trying to do this on the fly here. I think I've got most of the folks. If you haven't chimed in already, I'm sorry, but I don't know how to pronounce whatever that is on the screen. But hello to you as well. We'll put it on the screen here in a second. But we are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of Dodgers versus... Well, I'm not going to worry about putting it on the screen, but you know who you are. Who else do we have here? Scrolling backwards. I think that's everybody at the top of the show, and anybody else, just jump on in there. Brian Andrews, James Hagan, John the Beeve, D Real, and anybody else who has, if you haven't chimed in before, just jump on in the chat. We'll see you over on Facebook as well. But if you're looking for a bigger party, most of the comments come over on the YouTube channel, Braves Country Radio. We're Braves Country Radio on YouTube and on Facebook. And Brian, I tried to make that for everybody for the morning shows, the Saturday morning shows. I tried to give everybody, if I see other country club members jump in and they're fans of, Team X or Team Y, we'll make you an emoji as well. But I tried to grab the ones that I've seen that I'm aware of. So there is a Georgia Bulldog one. There's a Alabama. There's a Florida Gator one. There's a Florida State one. I don't care if they ever win another game again. There's going to be a Florida State one. But that's for our college football show, which is 8:30 in the morning on Saturdays. We go till 10 a.m. and we talk college and the NFL. We'll talk a little baseball tomorrow as well, but essentially what we do is we break down the point spreads. For those of y'all who haven't caught that show, it's on this channel as well. We are just about set. The Dodgers are in their home whites, top to bottom, blue ball caps, classic white LA in Dodger blue, their ball caps. Dodgers across the chest in Dodger blue. San Diego in their brown pants, darker brown tops, gold writing. And Luis Arias stands in, and yes, sir, it is baseball time in the National League. First pitch on the way is a 97-mile-an-hour fastball up top for a strike. No, he's going to call that wide and high. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Trip Gibson, your umpire tonight. The 1-0. Right down the pipe, 97 miles an hour. 1-1. So a 1-1 count as we try to link into the 3D. It'll take usually a batter or two. The 1-1. Swing! Saws that off foul, 97 miles an hour. So a 1-2 count. Righty, lefty, kicks and fires, swing, chops it over towards first, and it's going to be Freddie to Yamamoto covering. 3-1 on the putout, one away. One down. First pitch on the way to Fernando Tatis is up high and out of the zone. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Fernando Tatis, this postseason, batting 11 for 22. The 1759 OPS. The 1-0 swung on, fouled back out of play. 1-1. We'll go ahead and bring it in. I believe it's a touch in front of me. It normally catches itself up, but you'll be all right with that. So 1-1, 97 inside. They're going to say that Tatis's bat just clipped it. Looks like they're playing games with the... All right, doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and change that view anyways. There we go. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 away. Got him with the high heat up top. First pitch on the way is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Jerks and Profar batting .227 this postseason. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swung on, ripped over to second. Bobbled by Lux. He'll flip it over to Freddie, and that'll end the inning. 1, 2, 3. We head to the bottom of the first. The Dodgers will grab the bats here in Los Angeles.
I heard that this year we at Harvard won the baseball championship because we have a pitcher who has a fine curveball. I am further instructed that the purpose of the curveball is to deliberately deceive the batter. Harvard is not in the business of teaching deception. Charles Eliot, president of Harvard College.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning we go. The Dodgers set to face Yu Darvish. Now, one of the things that I heard in this game plan for the Dodgers is they've got Yamamoto starting, but they will be quick to run to Flaherty. They almost started Flaherty in the game. So keep an eye on that. They're just going to see how well Yamamoto goes. Remember, he got rocked by the Padres earlier in this series, so they'll be quick to go grab him if he struggles. Righty-lefty matchup is Shohei Ohtani comes to the plate. First pitch, right down the pipe for a strike. It's 0-1. Shohei Ohtani with a home run in this series, 4 RBI, 771 OPS. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. 94 on the outer edge. Did not get the call. Wow. 1-1. That was right there on the outer edge of the zone. 1-1 count. Check swing foul on the inner cut to Ohtani. Padres nothing, Dodgers nothing. You had a 2-1 count. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Ohtani will take his timeout. The 2-2. Darvish sets and fires in the dirt. Ball 3, 3-2. So a 3-2 count. Darvish. They're hoping to get at least 4, maybe 5 innings out of him tonight. The payoff pitch from Darvish. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the slider on the inner cut. 1 away. Good pitch. Bender right there above the kneecaps on the inner cut. Mookie Betts, the batter. First pitch on the way is a curveball right there at the knee, 74 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Fastball misses high, 1-1. I think I got a bit of a quicker feed that I found over here. You got a 2-1 count to Darvish, from Darvish. Curveball up top. Grabs it. 2-2. The 2-2 to Mookie Betts. Kicks and fires. 84 miles an hour. Did he go around? They're going to say that he did not. Full count. So a full count from Darvish. Mookie Betts digging in. Here's the pitch. Swing, ripped over towards short. Bogart's has it, fires it over to first, and it's a 6-3 putout. 2 away. I think that one's more in line. I don't know about y'all, but I go to flip over to the Fox feed, my local Fox feed tonight, the pregame show, and I'm expecting to see what is on the screen. It says pregame show on Fox, and so they have a local Judge Judy on. I'm like, oh man, don't tell me I'm getting a Judge Judy marathon and I'm not getting the game. Freddie Freeman, the batter, first pitch on the way to Freddie is roasted into right field. That ball's down for a base hit, and Freddie Freeman will slam on the brakes as Fernando Tatis was quick to get the ball, cut it off before it hit the wall, and fired it back into the infield. Freddie does the sachet of the Dodgers. And there's 1 on, 2 outs here to start. The first hit of the night by the Dodgers or the Padres. Freddie Freeman still favoring that ankle. You could see it when he slammed on the brakes. He was hobbling back towards first. Almost gives you flashbacks of Kirk Gibson in the Dodger uniform. Not quite that injured, but it's the first thing that I thought of. Teoscar Hernandez stands in. First pitch, swing and a miss. 96 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Popped up. High in the sky. Can of corn. Arias has it over in foul territory, and that'll end the inning. So Freddie gets on, but then nothing doing. We go to the second inning. Padres and Dodgers scoreless in Cali.
Frage, wait a minute. Do you think you can get me a tape of the show?
What on earth for?
Well, how often do you get to hear your son on the radio?
I'm on the radio every day!
Mayhem seemed to follow John McGraw wherever he went. When he got into a fist fight with the opposing third baseman in Boston in 1894, both benches empty. Fans began brawling. Someone set the stands on fire, and the entire wooden ballpark and 170 neighborhood buildings went up in flames. John McGraw would stay in baseball for more than 40 years and become one of the game's greatest managers. But he never stopped fighting, never stopped savaging umpires, and was always willing to do just about anything to win.
The local paper did a 50-year anniversary thing, and there was a reprint of a game that he had played in 1892, and it said Watts. His name was Fred Watts, shortstop, and he had 2 hits. And I thought, my grandfather played baseball in 1892. So it's part of your existence. It's part of our heritage.
You think about it. What is there in your life, besides your love of family maybe, that carries all the way through, from almost your earliest recollections till the day you die, and you care about it one way or another? There are very, very few things that make that list. We come to things at various times in our lives when we can comprehend them, when we have an interest in them. But we have a child's interest in baseball, in my case from the time I was 5. I can't imagine never having an interest in baseball. So it will be one of the few things in my life that I have cared about in one way or another, all the way through.
Welcome back, y'all. Hope you're enjoying your Friday night here. A little baseball for you. Game 5 elimination. Doesn't get anything better than that. Only thing that could be better is if your favorite team was still in it, but you know, we can't always choose that. Welcome into anyone who is a Dodger or Padre fan. We normally do Braves Country baseball, pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play. I'm sure most of y'all saw it, but the news out of Atlanta this week is the Atlanta Braves have fired their hitting instructors. So they'll be on the move for that. And for you Braves fans, we're going to be doing a show on that very shortly, very in the near future. First pitch on the way to Manny Machado is swatted deep into right field, going back on the track, making the catch at the wall at the very last moment. Mookie Betts won away. F9 in your scorecard. Man, did he give that one a ride. Kevin Seitzer and company were fired from the Atlanta Braves organization. Like I said, we're going to be doing a show on that next week. Felt a lot of people jumped out there and had hot takes real quick, and I'm just not ready to do that. I wanted to kind of let the dust settle and see where they go with that. But you can expect something next week. We'll try to take a look at who's available on the market. First pitch to Merrill was bang foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on. Slice back foul, 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Yamamoto comes set, kicks and fires, swung on, grounded over towards second. Lux to Freddie. 4-3 in your scorecard. 2 down. Nice little split job. What you're going to see with Yamamoto, he throws a plethora of pitches. He's got a four-seam, a split, a curve, a cutter, a slider, and a sinker that he throws pretty regularly. First pitch to Xander Bogaerts is a fastball on the outer edge for just misses. It's 1-0. The majority of the time he throws his four-seam, splitter, and curve. The 1-0. 97 on the outer edge. Just misses. 2-0. That pitch looked like it hit the outer edge of the zone, but they did not give him the call. So a 2-0. Pitch misses, wide ball 3-0. Yamamoto, 18 pitches. The 3-0 right down the pipe, taking all the way. 3-1. Righty-righty matchup. The 3-1. Yamamoto comes set, kicks and fires. Right there at the knees. Full count. So a full count. Dodger faithful waving their terrible blue towels. Pitch on the way. Down and away, ball 4. So Bogaerts will head on down to first. He'll head down to first, 1 on, 2 outs. And that'll bring Peralta to the plate. David Peralta takes the first pitch, 97 at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Curveball dragged foul towards the Dodger dugout. 0-2. Game 5, a 5-game series. Couldn't ask for anything better from these two National League West rivals. The 0-2 misses high, 1-2. The 1-2, Peralta digging in, batting .400 this postseason. Yamamoto brings it. Swing, drops it over towards second. Lux has it, flips it to Freeman. That'll end the inning. 4-3 on the putout, and the Padres go quietly after getting that 2-out base runner. We'll be back in a flash. Padres and Dodgers, bottom of the second, scoreless here in L.A.
Ready for the big day, opening day, big game? Maz, we stink every year. This is not a big game. Yes, it is. It's not a big game. Yes, it is. I blew off my daughter's ballet recital for this. I've seen your daughter dance. She sucks. No, she doesn't. Yes, she does. Which one, ballet or tap? It all sucks.
Marie, you're a beautiful dancer.
Atrocious. Ugh.
Johnny.
Unwatchable.
Stop it.
It's awful.
Lovely.
No, it's not lovely. Someone's got to tell her. It stinks.
As you know, Monty, Vaughn's been working on a couple of new pitches, the Eliminator and the Humiliator, to complement his fastball, the Terminator. I heard that. Dynamite drop-in, Monty. That broadcast school has really paid off.
McLovin? McLovin? What kind of a stupid name is that, Fogel? What, are you trying to be an Irish R&B singer?
Oh, they let you pick any name you want when you get down there.
And you landed on McLovin.
Yeah, it was between that and Muhammad.
Why would it be between that or Muhammad? Why don't you just pick a common name like a normal person?
Muhammad is the most commonly used name on Earth. Read a book for once. Fogel, have you ever actually met anyone named Muhammad? Have you actually ever met anyone named McLevin?
You look like a future pedophile in this picture, number one. Number two, it doesn't even have a first name. It just says McLovin.
What? One name? One name? Who are you, Seal? I am McLevin.
Welcome back. Max Muncy will lead us off. What in God's name is going on now? I have to reset this thing. I mean, this is getting ridiculous. We'll get the screen going back for you here in a second. Gonna have a stern letter written toward the government on this one. Should get you going back here in just 1 second. No score here in here in Los Angeles. San Diego goes back out there to the field. Yu Darvish back to work. First pitch on the way from you is a bender. 81 miles on the outer edge. Just misses. It's 1-0. Max Muncy, 3 for 16 in the series. The 1-0 right there. 1-1. The 1-1 count. New York Mets face the winner of this series. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. 1-2. You got to, really strange, but you have a game tomorrow as the 1-2 misses high. 2-2. They were always changing times according to how many teams were left. There is one baseball game tomorrow. It's the Cleveland Guardians and Detroit Tigers. The winner goes to face the Yankees. The 2-2, down and away, full count. And strangely enough, that game is going to be at 1 o'clock Eastern. It's just an odd time. So a full count. Kicks and fires. Misses high, ball 4. So Yu Darvish struggling out of the gates here in the bottom of the second. Walks the leadoff man, and Will Smith will come to the plate. Yeah, Robert, you're on your own watching high school football over Major League Baseball playoffs. That's just, unless you play for the team. I mean, who are you, Al Bundy? Will Smith comes to the plate. First pitch on the way, rattled off the face mask of Kyle Higashioka. Higgy, as they affectionately call him. It's 0-1. Will Smith batting .077 in this series. Will Smith, it's really strange to me when I started pulling up the numbers for this series, because guys like Will Smith are normally like big-time contributors to the Dodgers. The fact that they've gotten 2 wins in this series with him batting just .077 is just remarkable tells you how much the other guys are hitting. And when I saw the numbers for Fernando Tatis in this series, and then, of course, what he did against Atlanta, he is on fire. You have an OPS north of 17. The 1-1 swung on, ripped over down the third base line, just foul, 1-2. When you have an OPS of over 17, and I get it, it's small sample size, it's 7 games, but it's in October. You are carrying your club. And he was 3 for 3 lifetime going into tonight versus Yamamoto. That's why we picked him to click. We picked Freddie to click because he had good numbers against Yu Darvish. The 1-2. Pitch on the way from Darvish. 96 just misses. 2-2. I don't know about y'all, but I still am not a fan of the way that the Fox cameras run things. The 2-2 swung on, ripped over to Manny, 5, 4, 3, rally, killing double play. Manny Machado with the hot shot. He's like a Hoover vacuum cleaner over there. He scooped it, flipped it over to second, and then once Cronenworth got a hold of it, it was an easy 4-3 putout. Makes it look so easy over there. I want to see some of these fireworks, though. All I've been hearing about in this series, I haven't had a chance to watch much of it, is evidently there's been a lot of bravado back and forth. First pitch on the way, blasted. Kike Hernandez fires one over the left field wall. It's 1-0. He stares down Yu Darvish, and the Dodgers have taken a 1-0 lead. I don't know what Yu's ever done to anybody, but he stared him down. Kike Hernandez, when I saw him in the lineup tonight, my first thought was, that dude comes up in big moments in October. I bet that's why they've got him out there. Because I thought maybe he had great numbers against Yu Darvish. He really doesn't. But he comes up in big ways, and he swats one over the left field wall. That ball was creamed. 428 feet, 109 miles an hour off the bat of Kike Hernandez. And the Dodgers grabbed the early 1-0 lead. I did forget to give this fireworks off, didn't I? How about that? First pitch on the way. Gavin Lux is down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. Darvish comes set, his 29th pitch of the night. Kicks in, fires. Swing, rips it over towards second. Diving attempt by Cronenworth. He'll flip it over to first after jumping off of the rug and firing it over to Arias. But not before the Dodgers put one on the board. It's 1-0. We head to the third.
Is this the suicide talk or the nickname talk?
The nickname. George, what is that? It's nothing. It's got no snap, no zip. I need a nickname that makes people light up.
You mean like Liza?
T-Bone.
But there's no T in your name. What about G-Bone?
There's no G-Bone.
There's a G-Spot.
That's a myth.
T-Bone, the ladies are gonna love you.
Because we've been playing it fundamentally the same way for so long, the way that we can find the benchmarks that cross generations and cross decades is to be able to use these statistics as if they were labels. They aren't numbers. 300 hitter is not a number. The 300 hitter is a tag that means something today, as it did in 1930, as it did in 1890. So the statistics become a means by which we can connect to the permanence. I can make that comparison with my father, who could have made it with his father, on that common language of statistics.
Welcome back. Yeah, you can save all the household names that everybody's throwing out there for Braves hitting coaches. Chipper Jones ain't taking the job. Dale Murphy's not coming out of retirement. They're not going to resurrect Babe Ruth out of the cemetery. I mean, that's not who goes out and coaches guys to hit. What I think they're going to be doing, we'll get more into it next week, but what I think they're going to be looking for someone who just has a different approach. Yamamoto goes back to work. First pitch on the way. Is up top and out of the zone. It's 1-0. Chipper Jones will never be that dedicated to go 162 games flying around with the team, working with them. The 1-0. Down and in, misses 2-0. You couldn't even get him to commit to a part-time gig. He ended up stepping away from that because he didn't want to do it. So the idea that you could make him a full-time manager of on any level, there's just not going to happen. The 2-0 swung on, lifted high and deep into center field, drifting back on the track, making the catch at the wall is Kike Hernandez. One away. F8 in your scorecard. I would say they're going to go with someone who's going to change the overall mentality of not swinging for the fences and more trying to create offense. I think you're going to be looking for, because the fact of the matter is that the analytics team, as the first pitch on the way to Higashioka, is swung on a swatted back foul. It's 0-1. The analytics team is going to put your team together. They're going to put your lineup together like they always have. And they're going to base everything off of exit velocity. That's pretty much all they use. The 0-1, swung on, chopped foul down the line. It's 0-2. What you're looking at with the new hitting coach, it's got to be a guy who's going to stress putting the ball in play. And also, the other thing that I would like to see is someone that is going to focus on, when you have a guy in scoring position, is the 0-2, down and in, 1-2. And you get 2 strikes on you, that you're shortening up your swing. You didn't really get that from the Braves the last couple of years. And in 2023, they broke so many records, it didn't really matter until they got to the postseason, and it did terribly. The 1-2, swing, that ball is ripped into left field. That is a hot rocket all the way through the infield, and it is a 1-out single for the Padres. Good piece of hitting there for Higashioka, and the lineup will flip over. Luis Arias, the batter, he'll swing at the first pitch. He'll rip it into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. They'll go station to station with the catcher running. We've got runners on first and second and 1 out here in the top of the third. The Padres trail by 1. Hard hit ball. It's one of the reasons why he has just absolutely thrived at the top of that order. is that Luis Arias is a guy, he's a throwback. He's an old school hitter. He's just trying to get on. He's not trying to slap it over the wall. He's trying to hit the ball hard and hit them where they ain't. So that'll bring Fernando Tatis to the plate. We've talked about his offensive prowess. First pitch on the way. In the dirt. 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Runners on first and second. 1 out. The 1-0 from Yamamoto. Kicks and fires. Oh, hanging curveball. That is one Tatis would like to have back. 1-1. He asked home plate umpire Trip Gibson something. I don't know if he was asking him if the ball was in. The ball was definitely in the strike zone. That is one. Usually a hanging curveball like that gets dumped into the center field fence. The 1-1. Down and away, 2-1. So a 2-1 count. Dodgers lead it 1-0. San Diego threatening with first and second, 1 out. The 2-1. Misses down below the knees, splitter, 3-1. So a 3-1 count. Doesn't want to load the bases, but also, he doesn't want to just lay one in there. Jurickson Profar is standing on deck. The 3-1. Swing, rips it over towards third. That's going to be a 5-4-3 inning-ending, rally-killing double play. Yamamoto outsmarts Tatis. We'll be back in a flash here on the NLDS game number 5.
By the end of the Civil War, baseball was the national pastime, north and south, west as well as east. Soldiers took the game home with them, and it grew.
It's our game. That's the chief fact in connection with it. America's game has the snap, go, fling of the American atmosphere. It belongs as much to our institutions, fits into them as significantly as our Constitution's laws, is just as important in the sum total of our historic life. Walt Whitman.
Everybody had a team. At Orting, Washington, the Fats took on the Leans. In Kansas, crowds watched the Mother Hubbards, men playing in women's clothing. Under guard at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, Geronimo's Chiricahua Apaches played ball against the U.S. Army and won. At some games, a keg of beer stood just to the side of third base for encouragement. Any man who made it to third was entitled to a dipperful.
Welcome back. Dodgers lead this one 1-0. Padres had a golden opportunity, slipped through their fingers in the last inning. Had runners on first and second with 1 out, and Fernando Tatis, the number 2 hitter in the lineup, banged into a double play. Yu Darvish goes back to work. First pitch on the way is up top for a strike. It's 0-1. Righty-lefty matchup. Tommy Edman, the batter. Number 9 hitter in the order. Ohtani stands on deck. The 0-1. Up top, misses high, 1-1. The 1-1 count. Darvish comes set. Kicks and brings it. Swing, rips it over towards short. Easy play for Bogarts. He'll flip it over to first. 6-3 in your scorecard. 1 away. One down, and Shohei Ohtani will step to the plate. Ohtani, 0 for 1. Struck out swinging his first time up. Righty-lefty matchup. Yu Darvish comes set. Kicks and fires. Swung on, chops it foul. In between home and third towards the dugout. It's 0-1. Shohei Ohtani, one home run. He's 4 for 17 on the series. The 0-1. In the dirt. Curveball misses, 1-1. One count. Yu Darvish, 34 pitches into the evening. Yu comes set. Higgy sets up on the inside track. Pauses and pitches. Swing! Pops it up. High in the sky. Can of corn over by Manny Machado. He'll make the catch just before the outfield grass on the left field side. 2 away. Two down. Mookie Betts, the batter. Mookie Betts grounded out to short his first time up. Here's the first pitch. Swung on, chops it over towards first. And covering the bag is Darvish. Good flip by Arias, and that'll end the inning. So 1, 2, 3. We'll head to the top of the fourth. 1-0 your score here in Los Angeles.
Something on your mind?
Just want to let you know you're sitting in my chair.
Is that a fact?
Yeah, that's a fact.
Well, for a man that don't go heeled, you run your mouth kind of reckless, don't you?
No need to go heel to get the bulge on a tub like you.
Is that a fact?
That's a fact.
I'm real scared.
I can see that in your eyes.
Hey, Yankees, you can take your apology out of your trophy and shove it straight up.
Armchair.
Community Access Channel.
He's the armchair quarterback. He's full of beer and he's full of snacks. The all-American man.
When the University of Illinois played Northwestern, Illinois rooters fired blanks into the air. Much more convenient than yelling, the campus paper said, and has a better effect on the visiting team. And when the Princeton Tigers beat Yale, their fans roared right onto the field.
Richie's gone.
What do you mean gone?
Gone.
Where?
After 18 years of marriage, don't make me make you an accessory after the fact.
An accessory after the... Holy...
Stop asking.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I took care of it.
That was not a marriage made in heaven.
Welcome back. Yamamoto goes back to work. First pitch, curveball in the dirt. To the left-handed bat of Jerickson Profar, it's 1-0. Profar, 0 for 1. 4 for 16 in the series. Righty-lefty against the switch hitter, the 1-0. Swing, chops it foul towards the Dodger dugout on the first base side, 1-1. This will be all hands on deck with this being a do-or-die situation. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Went with that splitter. He likes to lean on that four-seam, the splitter, and the curve the most. You'll see a heavy dose of that, the 1-2. Whoa, just missed the spot. Man, oh man alive. That splitter just missed. Calling that the slider, but I don't believe it is. Not by the way he was holding that ball. The 2-2. Swung on, chops it over towards first. Freddie's got it, flips it to Yamamoto. He'll step on the pillow, 1 away. One down. You do wonder if you're a Japanese baseball fan, who are you pulling for now? Are you pulling for Yamamoto? Are you pulling for Yu Darvish? You pulling for Shohei Ohtani? Yu Darvish obviously has been the guy that's been there the longest. First pitch to Manny Machado, swung on, rifled foul. First base dugout near the camera well, it's 0-1. The 0-1 from Yamamoto, swung on, pops it up high and deep into right field, drifting back just before the wall, making the catch at the warning track. Mookie Betts for a loud out number 2 here in the 4th inning. He didn't even look like he got a whole lot of that pitch, but man, he gave that thing a ride. Mookie caught it maybe 5 feet before the wall. Righty-lefty matchup. Jackson Merrill, the batter. First pitch on the way to the center fielder is up top, misses high, splitter misses. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. 93 splitter, misses, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. It should be mentioned that the pitching coach prior, he is already on the bullpen phone. The 2-0. Swing! Lifted high. Got underneath that one. That'll die into the glove of Mookie Betts in right field, and that'll end the inning. So a couple of pitches that they just missed. We'll see if Yamamoto goes back out there for a 5th inning, but he's done 4 great ones so far here in Los Angeles.
go out there. Let's cut the regular season back to 10 games, and you can have some well-placed off weeks. You can have an NIT in between to fill in the blanks, and let's have a 64-team playoff. The champion will play 16 games. And see this guy. I'm not off the mark here. You're off the mark. Everybody else does it this way.
Hey, where's my tickets to the Sonics game? They were here just a second ago. Somebody stole my tickets to the Sonics game! This stinks! This is total BS! This is... Oh, got it. Got it. Okay, where's the french fries? I ordered french fries. This stinks! This is total BS! That Abram boy is gonna... Oh, here they are. Where's my power bar? I had a power bar here. Someone stole my power bar! This stinks! This is total BS! This is... Oh, here it is. Hey, where the hell's my Lasorda tape? This is total... Oh, got it.
Armchair. Community Access Channel.
He's the honor.
Virginia, April 3rd, 1862. It is astonishing how indifferent a person can become to danger. The report of musketry is heard but a very little distance from us. Yet over there on the other side of the road is most of our company playing bat ball. And perhaps in less than half an hour, they may be called to play a ball game of a more serious nature. Frederick Fairfax, 5th Ohio Infantry.
Welcome back. Freddie Freeman will lead us off here as Yu Darvish goes back to work. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way from Darvish is swatted down the left field line, but foul. It's 0-1. Freddie Freeman 1 for 1, singled in the first inning. 1-0 your score. If you're just joining us, the one lone run, a solo shot by, of all people, with these two lineups, Kike Hernandez. The 0-1. Outside wide. 1-1. Now I expect a lot more. Thank you for letting me know about the likes. I expect a lot more offense, but wouldn't that be something if this game is decided by a Kike Hernandez solo home run? The 1-1, swing and a miss, 1-2. So 1-2 count. Righty, lefty. Darvish comes set. Kicks and brings it. Swing, lifts it high and deep into left field. Going back into the corner, making the catch. Jurickson Profar for a loud out number 1 here in the bottom of the 4th. We've had about 5 or 6 balls that have gone all the way deep into the warning track on both sides. Yu Darvish sitting at just 40 pitches. And other than that one home run, I mean, he's pitched a really good game. Hernandez steps to the plate, righty, first pitch, swing, fouls it, rifles it into the crowd, into the upper deck. On the right field foul side, it's 0-1. See, I thought it was extremely strange that they did not change the times or the time of tomorrow's one lone game. The 0-1, down and away, 1-1. Cleveland and Detroit, winner take all. And they'll head on to face the Yankees. And I just would have thought that with all that at stake, and Yankee fans will be tuned in because they want to see who they're going to play, it would have gotten a better slot than 1 o'clock on a Saturday. The 1-1, down and away, 2-1. It's 2-1 count. I'm thinking Fox has some kind of a college football game that's set, or no, actually that wouldn't be Fox, it'd be TBS. The 2-1, down and away, 3-1. So I'm really at a loss now. I don't know why in the world it's on, because what does TBS have on tomorrow night that they couldn't have changed the time? You got like a rerun of Big Bang Theory or something they're going to play? The 3-1 from you, swung on, swatted back foul, 3-2. Yu Darvish trying to get Teoscar Hernandez out right here. Max Muncy standing on deck. Nobody on, 1 out. The payoff pitch. Kicks and brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase the slider well out of the zone, 2 away. Just his second strikeout of the night, but a big one to keep Hernandez off base. Max Muncy digs in. He walked his first time up. The first pitch to Max, swung on, lifted over towards just behind second base, but it's a dying quail into the glove of Xander Bogaerts. F6 in your, or L6, I should say, in your scorecard. We'll be back in a flash. The Padres grab the bats, trailing by just 1. We're in the 5th inning.
Hey, does anybody else get anxiety pulling up to new places not knowing the parking situation? Or is it just me?
I did not notice the number was on that on the stomach side. I did that.
What do you mean?
The number down. I didn't notice.
But you didn't know that there was a number there?
Yeah, I haven't noticed all spring.
Keith,
I forget it. Don't pay attention to me. We didn't have a number down there when I played.
Yeah, you did.
We did? No.
Oh yeah.
Really? I know we have a number on our backs.
Is my wife the only person that won't let their significant other fart into
We are not having this discussion again.
their butt?
That is not a normal thing, and the fact
Is it
that
also
you ask
weird?
me that almost every night is so not normal.
Is it also weird that I want to do that just once? It's like CPR for butts.
That's not A.
It's butt
true.
CPR.
And B,
I think it's healthy. I think it's healthy for a relationship.
I disagree.
She also won't let me exhale out of my nose into her nose.
This is such a weird
upside
thing.
down.
That's because that's carbon dioxide going straight into my body. You
Like-
exhale carbon dioxide.
like-
I don't inhale carbon dioxide. I inhale oxygen to breathe and live. You know the other thing I won't let you do is pee between my legs while I'm sitting on the toilet. Things the internet
That's a
doesn't need to
normal
know.
thing.
That's not normal.
It is.
In the 60s, I was in college and in graduate school, and baseball didn't have the vitality for me that the civil rights movement did. I got very active, and somehow the events of the world became so important that I didn't feel I had the time to indulge in the luxury of my childhood. It was also because I hadn't yet found the Red Sox and I had lost the Dodgers, so that gap in my love of baseball fit a certain time in history when I was so busy in marches that there wasn't time to sit in baseball games.
Welcome back. Well, it will please you to know I looked it up to see what exactly is on TBS tomorrow night, right around the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock range. They're going to play the movie Step Brothers, followed by 2 hours of back-to-back Big Bang Theory reruns. So I have no idea why they would not want to put that game in prime time. Yamamoto goes back to work. First pitch on the way is a P at the knees, but just misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Xander Bogaerts will lead us off. Peralta and then Cronenworth. Righty-righty matchup. The 1-0. Bender way outside wide, 2-0. So a 2-0 count. Yamamoto comes set. Kicks and fires. 97. Right there on the outer edge. 2-1. We thought about doing the game. Then we found out it was going to be such a quick turnaround between this game, tomorrow morning's football show, and then doing another game. It was just going to be too much to try to get done in such a short period of time. The 2-1 swung on, slice foul, 2-2. I was thinking they would at least push it to 4 o'clock because had the Yankees been playing the Royals for winner take all, that game would have been prime time, and the Tigers game would have been 4 o'clock, I believe. If not, then the Yankees game would have been 4 o'clock. But nonetheless, you'd think they would have pushed the game back at least one time slot. The 2-2 misses, full count by Yamamoto. 53rd pitch of the night. 96 caught on the inside corner. Caught looking strike 3. He got caught watching the paint dry. 1 away. Bogaerts didn't like it, but it did look like it hit the zone. He was caught napping. He was leaning out over that edge, looking for something away. Yamamoto dotted the I right there next to his kneecaps. Froze him. Peralta, the batter, first pitch. Curveball misses outside. It's 1-0. One thing Yamamoto knows about this start is that he's not being asked to go extremely deep, so he can pitch is a 1-0, swing and a miss, 97 right down the pipe, 1-1. If it takes him a while to get out of 5, 6, 7 innings, whatever, he knows that the entire bullpen is going to be there to back him up, so not something you're really worrying about like you would normally with the start. The 1-1 swung on, lifted down the left field line, just foul out of the outstretched glove of Hernandez. He was trying to reach into the seats, but it escaped him, we'll say, maybe 5 feet. 1-2. Hear this about Ken Rosenthal. The 1-2. Swung on, ripped it, fouled out first base side. We'll do it again. Ken Rosenthal has been banned from the dugout of the San Diego Padres, of the clubhouse and the dugout. The reason why is the 1-2. Brings it. Swing. Pops it high. Into right field. Drifting over. Making the running catches. Gavin Lux, the second baseman. 2 down. He put a piece out. It was a hit piece. Basically trashing the Padres and the way that they were celebrating and going back and forth with a couple of the Dodgers. And it was a very skewed piece. Now, Ken Rosenthal, for those of y'all who don't know who he is a national beat writer, not supposed to be showing any kind of favor one way or the other. First pitch on the way to Cronenworth is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. But Rosenthal jumped all over the Padres. Is a really skewed piece. As the 1-0 is fouled away, 1-1. We're really questioning the integrity of the Padres players, and I'm trying to think of a couple of the terms that he used, but basically he was calling them clowns. And so when he tried to go into the dugout to interview some players, the following game, they told him to kick rocks. The 0-1, misses high, 1-1. I can't blame him. I mean, some of the things that he wrote there, y'all can look it up. He wrote it for The Athletic, I believe. But it was a really strange take for a guy who's not supposed to be a Dodgers writer. The 2-1, misses outside, ball 3-1. I think he got caught up in the Shohei Ohtani hype and the, we love Dodger Blue hype of the national media. So a 3-1 count. Yamamoto quick steps it, swing. That ball's ripped over to first. One hopper into the glove of Freddie. He flips it to Yamamoto. And that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Yamamoto is schooling the Padres. We'll be back in a flash here on the NLDS Game 5 winner take all.
Well, I'm absolutely furious because I spent all evening drinking something called Seedlip, which is quite delicious, but it turns out it's non-alcoholic. So I can still feel all my emotions now, and it's 10 o'clock.
Dave, I need to talk to you about me bulking up.
What do you mean bulking up?
Yeah, I've been hitting the gym for a few months, and I need some tubs of protein powder to get bigger, and Mom said she won't buy them without your permission because they're too expensive.
Why are you doing this anyway?
A little bit for me, but I'm trying to impress my girlfriend too.
What did you tell her?
Why does that matter?
I want to know what you told her. The last time you lied to your girlfriend, you told you were getting injuries from physical combat until she found out you were kite fighting and getting string burns.
I didn't know there was kite fighting gloves, okay?
With the score tied 9-9 in the bottom of the ninth, and Ralph Terry on the mound for New York, Bill Mazeroski came to bat.
Here's a swing and a high fly ball going deep to left. This may do it. Back to the wall goes Berra. It is over the fence, home run. The Pirates win.
It was the first time the World Series had ever ended with a home run.
We have seen and shared in one of baseball's great moments.
Bill Mazeroski's home run in 1960. 7 games Pirates in Pittsburgh. We beat them 12-0, 10-0, 16-3. We're into the last inning. We tie it up. Mickey made an amazing base running play, a little head fake, and Bill Mazeroski steps up, and Ralph Terry hangs a slider, and Bill Mazeroski hits it 420 feet, and the Pirates win the World Series. I still heard about it. I still feel bad about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mazeroski has hit a 1-0 pitch over the left field fence at Forbes Field to win the 1960 World Series for the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 10-9.
It was terrible. I'd been with the Yankees 10 years at that time, and I cried all the way home on the airplane. I just couldn't quit, It's the worst I've ever felt in my life. It's the only time that we ever played in the World Series where I felt like the best team got beat.
Welcome back. As we head to the a 1-0 game here in Los Angeles. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th inning. For those of y'all who might have not seen the show card, Thursday, November 7th, 7 p.m. Eastern, starts our Once Upon a Pastime series, the live series that we're doing for the first time. It'll be Thursday nights. Come on for about an hour, and we're going to be hitting different topics every Thursday night, 7 o'clock. We'll get done before the football game on Thursday nights. Is the first pitch on the way from Darvish to Will Smith. He's going to try to drop down a bunt. It's going to roll foul. It's 0-1. But the first edition, Thursday night, November 7th, will be Pete Rose. That'll be the topic. You've seen the show card here on our channel. The curious case of Pete Rose into the Hall of Fame. As he 0-1 misses high, 1-1. And we've done these Once Upon a Pastime series before in the off season, but they've never been live. This year we're going to do them live, which means y'all can comment, y'all can give your own takes. We're even going to open up the phone lines for anyone that may want to call in. I know most people just like to comment, but if you do want to call in, you can. The 1-1 swung on, lifted high into center field, drifting over, making the catch is Jackson Merrill, one away. But we're going to dive into why Pete Rose isn't into the Hall of Fame, look at both sides of it. I'm expecting our Cincinnati Reds guy to be here for that show. And every Thursday night we'll be doing a different one. It'll be something in the world of baseball, but it's more than just your typical, podcast type show. It's taking a deep dive, a look at something either currently or in the history of the game. Kike Hernandez, who's the only one to do anything in this game of note, a solo shot his first time up, takes the first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing and a miss curveball, 0-2. He planted one in the left center's field seats, 428 feet. So an 0-2 count. And then there will be some that are specific to the Braves, but a lot of them, we're just going to do deep dives. We've got some pretty cool topics. I don't want to tip my hand, but I'm looking forward to it this offseason. The 0-2, swung on, foul back out of play. We'll do it again. The plan is to do it just about every Thursday. If there's a major holiday that gets in the way, we probably won't do it then. But other than that, we're planning on doing it every Thursday in the offseason. O2 count. Yu Darvish comes set, brings it. Goes to the backstop. Higgy rushes back there to get the ball, but he did not go around 1 and 2. I think at first Higgy thought maybe Hernandez went around. If he did, he's got the speed to get from home to first. I know Kike's thinking right now, man, I should have swung at that one. I'd been cruising to first. 1-2 count. They do have a righty warming up in the Dodgers bullpen, Phillips. The 1-2. 95 just misses. 2-2. Good take by Hernandez. Yeah, I hope to see everyone show up, James. I think it'll be a fun show that everyone will have a lot of. Is the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase the curveball out of the zone, 2 away. I'm looking forward to it because it's not just, giving our perspective, but I always like to hear other people's perspectives on it, because when you hit certain topics, there's never a right answer. I mean, even with the thing with Pete Rose, I've got my thoughts on it, but that doesn't mean it's right. It's just, where I'm coming from. And I'm sure there are going to be some people who are going to be strongly against him going to the Hall of Fame. People are going to be strongly for it. And there's other people who are going to be kind of in the middle saying, all right, convince me. The 2-2, that one did go around. Strike 3, 2 away. Yu Darvish, 57 pitches. What I find noticeable about the fact that they've got Phillips warming up in the Dodgers bullpen, you can't really tell if Yamamoto's done for the night, but he's pitching well. I'd let him pitch until he got in trouble. First pitch on the way to Lux is in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Brings it. Swung on, swatted back foul. 1-1. If I've heard one pitcher say it, I've heard a million say that Yu Darvish is one of the damnedest pitchers because he can pick up just about any pitch he wants to learn how to throw and specialize it in that given season. The 1-1. Swung on, chops it over towards first. Good play by Arias. He'll flip it to you, who's covering the bag, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We're going here fast here in San Diego versus the Dodgers. We'll head to the 6th. just a little over an hour into the game, and the Padres need a run or two.
Would you rather get $100,000 every year, or every year you get 1 month where you can see every winning scratch-off ticket? You don't know what it wins, and you still have to buy it. It could be a ticket, it could be a jackpot, but you know that it's a winner. Which one you taking? The easy hundo, 1,000 a year, dude, or you a gambling man like me? I'm taking the ticket, dude. I don't know, but 100,000 for sure every year. That's like most people's salary. That's like more than most people's salary, dude. That's way more than my salary, dude. Or you can get kicked in the nuts by a field goal kicker. Those are your three options, dude.
The Pittsburgh Pirates, the 1960 world champions, defeat the New York Yankees, the Pirates 10 and the Yankees 9.
There is one thing that all my friends know must never be discussed in my presence, and that's Bill Mazeroski's home run that won the 1960 World Series for a grossly overmatched Pittsburgh Pirates team against my beloved Yankees. And there's a wonderful resolution that many people don't realize. It's one of the great ironies of baseball history, but these things happen. That 2 years later, in the 7th game of the World Series in 1962, with the Yankees ahead by 1 run in the bottom of the last inning with 2 men on base, Ralph Terry was on the mound again, facing Willie McCovey. Willie McCovey hits a line drive that seemed sure to go for a hit, and Terry would have lost yet another World Series. Richardson jumps up, stabs the line drive, and they win that one. So there is resolution, there is rejuvenation, there is reward and victory after tragedy.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. San Diego trailing 1-0. Righty-righty matchup. Phillips will enter the game. He fires the first pitch, 97 miles an hour. Right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Higashioka, the batter, leading us off. The 0-1. 85 misses well off the plate. Called for a wide strike by home plate umpire Trip Gibson. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Swing. Fouls it off the mask of Will Smith. Dodgers 1, San Diego 0. Fast-moving game. For a winner-take-all game, in a game where everybody had the day off and prepare, a little surprised we've seen so many quick at-bats. But that's what we have seen so far through 5 innings. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, blew it right by him. 1 down. Evan Phillips, he's a true reliever for those of y'all who do not follow the Dodgers. So maybe 2 innings you could get out of him, but that would be 2 quick innings. You couldn't expect him to go much farther than that. Luis Arias, the batter, first pitch, sweeper at the knees. It's 0-1. What it really looks like is that Dave Roberts did not want Yamamoto to go through the lineup a third time. Arias 1 for 2 on the day. The 0-1. 96 high and out of the zone. 1-1. Dodgers 1, Padres nothing. The 1-1 swing, fists it back foul, 1-2. Came with 95 right in his kitchen. So a 1-2 count, standing on deck. Fernando Tatis. Phillips comes set. Righty lefty. Leans over, brings it. 93 cutter misses high and out of the zone. 2-2. The 2-2 from Phillips. Swing! Slaps it foul. A little behind that one. We'll do it again. Winner of this game will stay at home and wait for the Mets to show up on Monday. The 2-2 swung on, chops it foul. Just got a piece of that one to stay alive. Fernando Tatis standing on deck. He's 0 for 2 on the night. The 2-2. Whoa, inside did that get him? Spun him around 97 miles an hour. Just missed his right arm. I don't know how that missed him. The payoff pitch is swatted foul and out of play. We'll do it again. Plan is to bring you the National League Championship Series. We won't have the Sunday night game. It's have to be up and at 'em really early on Monday. But Tuesday, game 2 of the NLCS, 4:08 first pitch. Mets versus question mark. We'll have it here. 3-2 pitch swung on, ripped over towards first. Freddie's got it, flips it over to Phillips. It's going to be a 3-1 put out, 2 away. Freddie Freeman is really hopping around on that ankle. I'm sure Freddie Freeman at 70% is better than most at 100%, but you can tell he's feeling it. Two down. Tatis representing the tying run comes to the plate. They're going to go out there and have a quick talk with Phillips. You'll have a righty-righty matchup. Jurickson Profar stands on deck. Can't imagine you'd be thinking about walking Tatis here, but they may be thinking about pitching away from him and take their chances with Profar. First pitch to Tatis. Down and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Pryor in the infield going over the game plan with Tatis with Phillips. The 1-0. Kicks and fires. Swing, rips it. Into left field, but not deep enough. It'll die in the glove of Hernandez, and that'll end the inning. F7 in your scorecard. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Shohei Ohtani bats second when we come back.
If Earth is the third planet from the sun, doesn't that mean that every country is a third world country?
I've become, maybe to a fault at times, because I still question myself, is I'm so much about the person now, and I remember like Pat Gillick telling me, being the Blue Jays GM, he started, and he was 70% talent, 30% makeup character, and then over time, it was 60-40. And I got to tell you, I feel like I've gone to like 55-45 talent, makeup character. So then you start doing work on the person, on the teammate, on the guy. People say they're great competitors, but sometimes it's talk. I'm a big believer, especially being a parent now, players make others better. I've seen it. Took a while to see it, but I see it. You know, a coach can only do so much, a manager can only do so much, but peers can really impact. I think about it with my kids, who they're around is an impact as well. So you fill a clubhouse instead of having two guys like a Blanco and a DeRosa. I've kind of flipped that. I'm like, you better have like 24 or 25 and maybe one or two that are on the border of pass fail, to me.
Armchair.
Curt Flood of the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss.
The glare is that I don't particularly like you, and I am going to beat you any way I can. It is concentration of trying to block out 50,000 people either for you or against you. It is trying to remember all of the things that make you a good hitter and trying to make them go into action immediately, right now. I need it right now in order to do this against this great pitcher. He's a major leaguer too, you know, so you have to give him credit. Incredible things go on inside your head.
Curt Flood went on to become a solid 300 hitter, the best defensive center fielder in the game, winning 7 consecutive Gold Glove awards.
Welcome back. Game is cruising along here. We're already in the bottom of the 6th inning. The game started just an hour and a half ago. First pitch on the way from you, Darvish, is a curveball at the knees. Called low to Tommy Edman. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swung on, chopped foul. Down the line, 1-1. We're giving Freddie Freeman high fives in the dugout. I don't know if that means they're going to pull him. I mean, he's been really limping. I would think they would try to get one more at bat out of him, and if he got on, they'd pinch run. The 1-1. Swung on, lifted, into left field, drifting in, making the catch is Profar. One away. So the next baseball game we will bring you is set for Monday, 4:08 Eastern, Game 2, Dodgers and Mets. Or Padres and Mets. Either way, the game is going to be on the West Coast, which is interesting because it's going to be a 1 o'clock local time on a Monday for a playoff game. Darvish comes set. Kicks and fires to Ohtani. Ohtani drags it foul towards the first base dugout. Just before it, near the camera well, it's 0-1. With the Yankees playing the first game of their series, you would have thought they would have made that the earlier game. The 0-1. Chopped foul off the plate, 0-2. I guess they're banking on the Yankee viewership to carry them into the night versus the Monday night football game. That's going to be a tricky thing they got going on there. Is if you looked at the football schedule in the NFL, it's the Buffalo Bills and New York Jets for football, and then you got the New York Yankees. You got the entire state of New York competing for eyeballs on the TV on Monday night. The 0-2. Outside wide, 1-2. what's going to happen is the city of New York is going to be locked into the Yankees game, and then the outer areas will be watching Jets and Bills and flipping back and forth. Both will be flipping back and forth. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike three. Darvish, that curveball, 4th strikeout of the game, 2 away. And he's pitching a game now. You got to feel for Darvish. He gave the 1 home run up, and he has got nothing out of this Padres lineup. Braves fans can, they can. We resemble those remarks. Righty-righty matchup. Mookie Betts, the batter. First pitch on the way. Swung on, ripped over towards short. Bogarts has it. He'll fire it to first. That's an easy 6-3 put out and an easy 1-2-3. Yu Darvish is probably going out for the 7th inning. We'll be back in a flash. The heart of the order for the Padres coming to the plate.
So I was today years old when I found out that when you're smiling, you cannot move your tongue. It cuts off a nerve when you smile. So when you smile, like your tongue is like paralyzed. Look at your dumb ass. You doing that right? Stupid ass.
Hey, Braves country, I'm Mac Magee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic ball of Braves country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
And so my girl got mad at me because last night I went to a single mom fundraiser.
No, you went to a strip club.
Listen, baby, I'm supporting the single moms $1 at a time.
Fight! Mike! Hey out! Shake your head, your eyeballs are stuck! Well, it was a ball. It was that far from the plate.
Little lady, will you let me umpire this game? You've been on my back all night.
Mickey, you saw that pitch. It was a ball, wasn't it?
It looked like it. You're out of the game, Mandel.
What? Roger, how'd that pitch look to you?
It could have missed the corner. You're out, Maris.
Yogi!
It's a perfect strike. The ump was right. I don't like sarcasm, Barra. You're out of the game, too.
You can't do that!
Lady.
Where's the manager?
I think he's hiding.
Welcome back. Padres and Dodgers. We head to the 7th inning. The Padres are going to put a scare into the Dodgers. They better get to getting because they have been cruising through this lineup. There's only been 4 hits in the entire game. Kike Hernandez's solo shot in the 2nd inning is the only real hit of note. But Higashioka and Luis Arias had back-to-back singles in the 3rd inning, and other than that, they've done nothing. The only other hit by the Dodgers was a single by Freddie Freeman to start the game. That's why we're already in the 7th inning, just about an hour and a half in. The first pitch on the way from Phillips to Jurickson Profar is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. Now, both of these teams could put a lot of runs on in a hurry, but you're going to start running out of time. The 1-0 drops a bunt down, drags it to the right side. Profar, Freddie Freeman did stay in the game, so they must have just been giving him high fives for that, for gutting out the defensive play that he made last inning. I think Profar was thinking about testing Freddie Freeman's ankle over there and dragging it down that line to see if they could beat him out. Profar's got really good speed. They are playing him back. They still play him back. The 1-1, 95. Up top, called for a strike. Profar doesn't like it, and I can't blame him. That was a bad call. 1-2. So now that takes the bunt out of the equation. Manny Machado stands on deck. Profar 0 for 2 like most with a ground out and a ground out. The 1-2. Ball bounces high just off the plate to the backstop, 2-2. Another one of those ones in a low-scoring game like this, you wish you'd swung at it because you'd been cruising down to first base. 2-2 count. Brings it. Caught looking strike 3. Got to swing the bat. One away. You can hang a backwards K in the scorecard. Profar must have been looking for something soft and down because he got the high cheese and couldn't move the bat. He got screwed on that second strike, but that one definitely, if it wasn't in the zone, it was definitely too close to take. One down. Manny Machado, the batter. First pitch, high and inside. 95. Backs him off the plate a bit. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Phillips steps off the rubber for a second. Righty-righty matchup, kicks and fires, swing and a miss. Chase a sweeper down and away. 1-1. Everyone with the same idea going to that plate. They're trying to tie the game with one swing. The more you do that, the more you back yourself into a corner. The 1-1. 96 misses wide, 2-1. What's funny in a game like this, we haven't even seen either side really put a rally together. Other than those back-to-back singles by the Padres in the third, there's really been nothing. They hit into a double play shortly after 2-1. Swing and a miss. Sweeper. Underneath it. 2-2. What has to be in the back of all these guys' minds, Machado and Profar, they may not get another at bat again. We're in that part of the game if the Padres don't put hits together. So a 2-2 count. Manny stepped out of the box, climbs back in. Phillips comes set. His 25th pitch of the night. Brings it. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chased him way out of the zone. 2 away. Phillips is absolutely taking Machado and company to school. And Roberts has seen enough. He's had the magic hand so far. Last couple of games, going to the pen and making the right call. You got to wonder, does he eventually hit the wrong button? Because Phillips is cruising, but when we come back, the lefty Vesia will come in to face Jackson Merrill. It's 1-0. Dodgers, Game 5 of the NLDS. Pitch on the way is a swing and a miss. Lefty-lefty matchup. Jackson Merrill versus Vesia. It's 0-1. Keep losing connection with this application, but we will bring it back. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Did he go around? They're going to check down the side. He did. 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Vesia comes set. Brings it. Swung on, slaps it foul. We'll do it again. Dodgers 1, Padres nothing. One swing, and this game could change. Top of the 7th. Dodgers 7 outs away from the championship series. The 0-2. High and inside. Backs him off. 1-2. He was definitely leaning out because though that ball was inside, it wasn't that inside. The 1-2. Swung on. Pops it up. Down the left field side. Over towards the third base dugout. It will bounce just past the Dodgers faithful. About 5 rows back. We'll do it again. You got to figure, I believe it's Fox that's doing the NLCS this year. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, blew it right by him, and that'll end the inning. So we head to the bottom of the 7th. It is 1-0 LA in a winner-take-all battle. We will be back in a flash. Get up and stretch, y'all.
All right. I can't see you. Let me hear you. 1, 2, 3. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the find me something up.
Some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back. Let me
You sound better tonight.
Welcome back. Yu Darvish will go back to work. First pitch is down and away for a ball. It's 1-0 to Freddie Freeman. Freddie, 1 for 2 on the day, singled to right in the first, flied out to left in the fourth. The 1-0 to Freddie. Swung on, chopped foul, just past his right foot, 1-1. So 1-1 count. Yeah, Freddie Freeman is still in the game. The way they were giving him high fives, it looked like it was someone that was leaving the ball game. The 1-1. Swung on, ripped over to second. L4. He flips it over to second base, does Cronenworth to Arias for good measure, but it is L4 in your scorecard. One away. One down. Hernandez, the batter, 0 for 2, batting .294 in the series. Max Muncy stands on deck. Yu Darvish, man, I'll tell you what. He may not get the win tonight, but he has gone to the post. This man's 71 pitches of 1-run ball with 1 out in the 7th. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way, 92. Called for a strike, bounced off the glove of Higashioka. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Darvish comes set. Brings it. In the dirt. 1-1. Yu Darvish, 73 pitches into the night, has 4 strikeouts, just 2 hits, 1 earned run off the home run, the solo shot in the second inning by Kike Hernandez, and 1 walk. The 1-1 from you, inside 2-1. Both teams have combined for 4 hits. And in a day and age where strikeouts are pretty regular, is the 2-1. Swing, lifted high and deep into left field, and that ball's gone. A solo shot, and the lead is now doubled 2-0. Wow. Did Hernandez get a hold of that one? A hanging slider. And the Dodgers take a 2-0 lead, 420 feet, very close to almost the exact same spot that Kike Hernandez hit his, 109 miles an hour off the bat. Once again, it was the slider. 2 hanging sliders have done Yu Darvish in. Other than that, he's pitched an absolute perfect game. But he's got no run support. And the Padres trail 2-0. Max Muncy takes the first pitch, curveball up top. Misses high, it's 1-0. The 1-0. Darvish, 77th pitch of the night. Swing, that ball's belted high and deep into right field. Giving chase is Tatis. He'll make the catch in the corner up against the side wall. 2 away. Yeah, that was a cement mixer by Darvish. They just showed a replay of that. And that ball, that's the old classic. Was that the slider? Yeah, but it didn't slide. That thing just hung up there. The moment he hit it, Darvish knew it. They're going to take a quick break. We're going to the bullpen. We'll be back in a flash here on Dodgers Padres Game 5 of the NLDS. We'll introduce the new pitcher when we come back.
I have had so many NFL players hit my DMs.
So I've been seeing a lot of reaction to this video, and it's pretty up what you guys have been saying. As one of the NFL players, like, I can confirm, I've been reaching out to her. We've had a lot of injuries on the O-line, and we could use a left tackle right now.
Do y'all remember those cars? I don't think they make them anymore, but when I was a kid, they had those cars that you had to blow on the machine, like, to power it. It wasn't like push to start, or it wasn't like an electric vehicle, but it was like a blow to start. It was like, and then it would start. You guys remember those? Because I remember in my neighborhood, there's this guy that had one of those cars. I don't know why he bought this type of car, because he could never start it. He would always ask me to start it for him. And I don't know how. I was like 6 years old, and I would always get on the first try when the car would start. Do you guys remember those cars? I don't know if it was like a Tesla back in the day. I don't think they made Teslas, but high tech. Now they don't make those. If you had one of those, please let me know what happened to those cars.
My favorite Met story is about their shortstop, Elio Chacon, who was eager but not very talented, and kept running into the outfield and knocking down Richie Ashburn as he was about to catch a fly ball. And he didn't speak any English, and so somebody, Joe Christopher, went to him and tried to explain this. And then he went to Richie Ashburn. He said, if you're going to catch a fly ball, he said, and you see Chacon coming out, what you want to say is, yo la tengo, I've got it. And then I've told him, and he'll pull up. So Richie practiced. He said, yo la tengo. And game came along, and the situation was a fly ball. He looked up for the fly ball. Chacon rushed out for him. Richie said, yo la tengo, and put his hands up, and he was knocked flat by Frank Thomas, his left fielder. That was the Mets.
Welcome back. Jason Adam, the relief pitcher, on for the Padres. Fires the first pitch, a slider right there for a strike. Righty-righty matchup versus Will Smith. It's 0-1. Adam comes set, kicks and fires. Down and away, 1-1. He has kind of a delayed short step release to the plate. It's very strange if you haven't seen it before. He throws everything essentially with his back. I'm surprised he hasn't had a lot of arm injuries. The 1-1. Misses up high. Yeah, they're going to call that a strike. Okay, 1-2. I do know he did have some injuries when he was with Tampa, but you would just think his whole career would be just shredded with arm injuries, because he just kind of leans back and then fires the ball with nothing but his arm. There doesn't seem to be a lot of weight coming off of his front and back leg to give him. You would think his elbow would just give out. The 2-2 brings it. 93 misses high. Full count. Standing on deck is Kike Hernandez. The two Hernandez, not related, but they have hit 2 solo shots, and that's it. The 3-2 swung on, ripped into left field. That'll get through for a base hit. And it's a 2-out single for Will Smith and the Los Angeles Dodgers, who are now just 6 defensive outs away from heading to the NLCS to face the New York Mets. Dodgers 2, Padres nothing, bottom of the 7th. The 2 pitch on the way, throw down to second. That's a close play, but they're going to say that Will Smith stole the base. I'd like to get another look at that, but as of right now, that's a stolen base for the catcher, Will Smith. Decent throw by Higgy and a late slide by Smith, but it does look like he held the bag. We'll give him the stolen base. 2 outs, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Sweeper on the inner cut. It's 0-2. Dodgers lead it 2-0. Adam trying to keep the Dodgers right there. If you're going to come back and make this a game, the last thing you want is a steep hill to climb. The 0-2. Brings it. Swing, slaps it back foul. Do it again. So an 0-2 count. 9 pitches into the outing for Adam. He came on with 2 outs here in the 7th. The 0-2. 95 misses high, 1-2. These two teams began the Major League Baseball season in a series that we did right here in Seoul, Korea. The 1-2, outside wide 2-2. It was a series that counted in the record books. Both were 6 a.m. Eastern first pitches. We had it right here on Braves Country Radio. A couple of really fun games. That was during the whole scandal. Is the 2-2. Dribbled over to the ground at third. Machado has it, fires it to first. That'll end the inning. But not before Hernandez gets a solo shot, makes it 2-0. We head to the 8th. The Friars needing a couple of runs to tie before they see 6 outs.
You know, poop jokes aren't my favorite, but they're a solid number 2.
As the young kids say, it do be bussin' respectfully.
Don't ever say that again.
Yeah, it's best that I don't.
That was bad.
It was wasn't it?
Total.
And here's Dale Murphy. At 439 with 6 homers, 18 RBIs already, and in a spot where he has a chance to get some more. Ramirez at second, Perry at first. Downstairs to Murph, 1 ball, no strikes. There is a drive. Did he get enough of it? Back goes McReynolds. He looks up and he kisses it goodbye. A 3-run homer for Murphy. Touchdown, Murph. That's 7 and 21 RBIs, and it's 3-0. That's the way Babe Ruth hit him, a mile high.
If smoking is so bad, then why does it cure salmon?
Hey, this is my final message to y'all, because you probably ain't gonna see me again. My old lady texted me a minute ago and asked me if I thought her forehead was big, and I said that I probably wouldn't never kiss the same spot twice. And she said, I'll see you when you get home.
The outfield around to the left to Frank Robinson, the right-hand batter. Long drive to left field, way back, kiss it goodbye, home run.
On December 9th, 1965, the day Branch Rickey died, the Cincinnati Reds let outfielder Frank Robinson go. He had played magnificently for them since 1956, when he hit 38 home runs to tie the rookie record. He charged into outfield walls to make spectacular catches, hurled himself into opposing infielders to break up double plays, and in 1961 won the National League's Most Valuable Player award. In casting him off, the Cincinnati owner explained that Robinson was too old at 30.
Welcome back. Vesia went out there to warm up. I guess there's something wrong with Vesia. because he went out there to warm up, and then the trainer came out there to look at him. And it looks like Michael Kepik will come in for the left-hander. And Kepik boy, Fox knows how to jinx somebody. 22 consecutive scoreless innings, 15 pitchers by the Dodgers. Longest in Dodgers postseason. They're just asking for Kepik to give up a solo shot to start off this inning, aren't they? Man, that's saying something, though. To shut down that offense. And I know the Braves bullpen did a good job against the Padres offense, but as they warm him up, give us a chance to reload the screen again. This is ridiculous, and I've never seen it be this bad. But for them to shut down that offense for 22 consecutive innings, that really is saying something. Dodgers lead this 1-2. Having a little issue with the screens and whatnot. We'll get it back together here in a second. I think we're just about set, but be back in 1 second. Dodgers warming up Kepik after the injury to Vesia. We'll be right back.
This is crazy. You want me to hit you?
That's right.
What, like in the face?
Surprise me.
This is so stupid.
Hit me in the ear!
Well, Jesus, I'm sorry.
Ow! Christ! Why the ear, man?
Or you think you're tough picking on an old man? Maybe you'd like to try taking on somebody your own age.
You got any kids?
What did you do?
Wasn't it obvious? I spiked him with muscle relax and plus my ADHD medication.
What? You brought this again? Look at my face! You ruined my life! You're not my friend.
Don't say that. Are you serious? Even in America?
Yes!
And we're the 3 best friends that anybody could have.
Welcome back. Michael Kepik been given all the time that he needs to warm up after the apparent injury to Vesia. He threw just 6 pitches in the previous inning, went back out there to warm up. The next thing you know, they were out there to get him. Now, because of the injury, unless they've changed the rules, he won't be available to pitch in the NLCS. But if there's something wrong with him, then I guess it's kind of a moot point. Michael Kepik will come on. 2 1/3 innings here in the playoffs with no earned runs. First pitch on the way is a 97 on the inner cut to Xander Bogaerts. It's 0-1. Everyone for the Padres knowing that if they don't get a rally together, these are their last at-bats of the year. The 0-1 in the dirt. 1-1. Bogarts, Peralta, and Cronenworth due up. So you would have to face Tatis. The 1-1 swing, lifted towards second, making a hopping catch as Lux, L4 in your scorecard, 1 away. If they bat in order the next 2 innings, Fernando Tatis would be the last hitter of the game. If they can get anybody going, you would see Profar and Machado follow after. Peralta digs in, first pitch, swing and a miss. 99 blew it right by him. It's 0-1. Michael Kepik comes set. Swing, 99, lifts it foul, back out of play. It's 0-2. Kepik, 28 years old, was drafted by the Red Sox as the 0-2, pops it up, can of corn, over by short, making the easy catches. Edmund, 2 down. Kepik was drafted by the Red Sox in 2014. But came up with the White Sox, and we saw Michael Kepik in the White Sox bullpen in that first road series in Chicago where we had all the bad weather. We saw him pitch pretty well against the Braves. He was traded to the Dodgers at the trade deadline. First pitch to Cronenworth is right there, first strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1, 100 miles an hour, jamming it right down Cronenworth's throat. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Dodger faithful at their feet. The 0-2 from Kepik. Swing and a miss. 102 miles an hour. Blew it right by him. That'll end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Dodgers needing just 3 more defensive outs to have a showdown with the Big Apple when we come back.
It's not that I hold grudges. It's that I saw who you really are. And ew. Ugh. No, thank you. Barf. Ugh. Yuck.
You do not have to accept her rejection.
Huh. That's an odd start. Let's see where it goes.
I'm a professional dating coach, and I teach guys how to understand the female mind.
Professional seems crazy. Dating seems unlikely. And coach, I wouldn't trust you with your best-looking cousin, let alone a T-ball team. But I digress.
Here's an example. I was talking to a girl.
Unlikely. Sorry, keep going.
And she said, I'm not really interested.
Oh, that makes more
sense.
sense.
And instead of just going, okay, and then just turning away, I did this. Why would you not be interested in me? I'm the best.
At what? Knots? I don't know what your name is, but for the sake of the video, we're just going to call you Silas.
And she's like, oh, how? I'm like, well, you'd have to come over to my house to find out.
Don't go. You already know how to put the lotion on the skin.
I just played into her little game.
Yeah, a woman's no is never won game of the year. Because it's not a game, you dork.
You want to know what I did with her later?
Wore her skin, I'd imagine. And there's no more seconds after that. That's how he decided to end the video. So that guy can get Have a good day. Goodbye.
In 1968, the New York Mets had wound up in 9th place, a record that would have been an embarrassment for some teams, but represented only the 2nd time the Mets had soared so high. When the 1969 season opened, the odds against their winning the pennant were 100-1. And true to form, they dropped 7 of their first 10 games.
So the Mets are 1 out away from their impossible dream.
They won 38 of their last 49 games, take the Eastern Division title by 8 games.
Braves Country Radio. Welcome back. Los Angeles Dodgers are looking to tack on some insurance runs. Here in the bottom of the 8th, leading by 2. First pitch by Jason Adam is right there for a strike. To Gavin Lux, it's 0-1. San Diego Padres have done nothing tonight offensively. 2 hits. The 0-1 swung on, rips it over to first. Should be an easy play by Arias. He'll step on the bag. 1 away. Two base hits, and they came back to back. Hit by Higashioka, followed by one by Arias, and then a double play by Tatis ended that threat back in the 3rd. And other than that, they have done nothing offensively. They've drawn 1 walk, and that's it. First pitch on the way to Edman, the number 9 hitter, is in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-0. Shohei Ohtani stands on deck. The 1-0. Outside wide, 2-0. Two-0 count. Brings it. Swung on. Chops it over towards second. Should be an easy play. 4-3 put out. Cronenworth to Arias. Two down. And Shohei Ohtani comes to the plate. Shohei Ohtani hasn't been heard from in this game and has the 1 home run in the series. But other than that, he's been kept in check. Looks like they're going to go to the bullpen. So we'll take the break with them. When we come back, Shohei Ohtani and the Dodgers have 2 outs here in the 9th. They're 3 defensive outs altogether away from heading to the NLCS.
Hate your job? Do it to your life. Be a man.
I got fired from the bank today. A woman asked me to check her balance, so I pushed her.
When people talk about DiMaggio, they're usually talking about Joe. But I'm here to tell you that his brother Dom was one hell of a player too. His career only lasted 11 seasons in part because he missed 3 years due to military service, but in 7 of those seasons, he managed to make the All-Star team. During his 10 full seasons, he ranked 1st in hits, 2nd in runs scored, and 3rd in doubles when compared to all major leaguers during that time period. He led American League center fielders in assists 3 times and putouts and double plays twice. He tied a league record by recording 400 putouts 4 times, and his 503 putouts and 526 total chances in 1948 stood as an American League record for nearly 30 years. He was an effective leadoff hitter, never striking out more than 68 times in a season. He led the American League twice in runs scored, once in triples, and once in stolen bases. He is one of only 3 players to average more than 100 runs throughout his career. He batted 300 or better 4 times, and just missed hitting 300 over his career. He batted safely in 34 straight games in 1949, a Red Sox record.
LA manager Walter Alston had a daunting challenge when it came to the 59 Dodgers. He wanted to recapture their place at the top of the National League, but the team was at a crossroads, and it was his job to show them the way.
He was charged with sort of rebuilding the Dodgers when some of their great players were winding down and the new wave of youngsters was coming up.
In many ways, Alston was ideally suited for the job in 59.
Walter Alston was quiet. He was patient. He knew baseball probably as well as anybody. But the thing about him, I believe, was that he could bring the ball club together.
He didn't say a whole lot. He didn't give many speeches. But when he did say something, you would listen.
Thought he was a fair man, very strong man. Didn't want to mess with him.
Welcome back. First pitch to Shohei Ohtani. Swing and a miss, strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. Scott the pitcher. The 0-1, 99 just off the plate, but called for a strike, 0-2. Ohtani, a little bit of almost like a smirk, a wry grin, looking back at Trip Gibson, basically saying, yeah, if you say so, man. I don't blame him. That pitch was well off the plate. The 0-2 to Shohei. Swung on, lifted high. Out of play. Back into the upper deck. Over by the third base side. We'll do it again, 0-2. Tanner Scott came over in a deal from the Miami Marlins. Trying to keep it right here as a 2-run game. San Diego trails. The 0-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew it right by him. That'll end the inning. So the LA Dodgers are 3 defensive outs from going to the National League Championship Series, but they've got to get through the top of the order of the San Diego Padres to do just that.
How come every time you say I'm tired, there's always a parent nearby that's going to say, if you don't have children, you don't know what tired is. But have you guys considered how exhausting it is listening to you complain about your children all the time? I need a double espresso and 20 milligrams of Adderall just to keep my eyes open around you all sometimes. So, did you save the receipt?
This is the career of Pete Browning. He referred to his eyes as lamps and was said to have stared into the sun to strengthen them. He named his bats after biblical figures and retired them when he felt they ran out of hits. He was primarily an infielder in his first 3 seasons, but was moved to the outfield in 1885 where he stayed until the end of his career. In his first season as a pro in 1882, he led the American Association in batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging percentage. He had his best season in 1887, scoring 137 runs, amassing 220 hits, stealing 103 bases, and driving in 118. Twice in the decade, he hit for the cycle, once in 1886 and again in 1889. In 1890, he won his 3rd and final batting title, hitting .373 for the Cleveland Infants. His .341 career batting average remains one of the highest in Major League history. What's even more impressive is he did all this despite being deaf from an inner ear condition known as mastoiditis. Because of his condition, he would often appear on the field while drunk, and was even suspended for the final 2 months of the 1889 season for drunkenness. Some say he was the inspiration behind the popular Louisville Slugger line of bats. Even with everything I've told you, he still isn't in the Baseball Hall of Fame. What do you think? Should he be?
I think what baseball is a game that allows people who watch it to think about nothing else. It allows us to feel connected to a place.
On April 20th, 1912, 2 months before the cornerstone was laid for Ebbets Field, Fenway Park opened its doors for the first time. The Red Sox beat the New York Highlanders that afternoon 7-6 in 11 innings, beginning one of the most intense rivalries in baseball. Welcome back. Blake Trinan will come on to try to shut down the Padres another inning. San Diego Padres have been blanked all game long. They've got 1 walk and 2 hits in the 3rd inning. Other than that, they have been absolutely lifeless. And Blake Trinan with his 1.93 shiny ERA, he's going to come in, try to save the game. Righty-righty matchup to start us off. Here in the top of the 9th inning. First pitch on the way is a sweeper on the outer cut to Solano, who comes in to bat for Higashioka. It's 0-1. Solano batting just .077. The 0-1. Swung on, ripped over towards third. 5-3 put out. Kind of a high throw, but a good defensive play over there. Max Muncy once again
He's coming in over to play first, for Freddie Freeman. It's a bit of a high throw by Kike Hernandez as they flip around in the infield. Paez is in center field. Chris Taylor in left. Muncy went from third to first. Hernandez from center to third. First pitch to Luis Arias is right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires outside wide. 1-1. So a 1-1 count. Training brings it. Inside. 2-1. Standing on deck is Tatis. In the hole is Profar. Padres down to their last 2 outs of the 2024 season. Here's the pitch. Swing, pops it up. Back behind home plate. It'll drift into the crowd 2-2. Considering all the drama, I think Dodger fans would love it for Fernando Tatis to be the final out of the series. And he stands on deck. The 2-2 to Arias. Inside. Dove to stay out of the way. Reaching for his back left hamstring. He appears to be okay. Full count. Ball came really close to hitting his left leg just above the knee near the quad. So a full count from Training. Righty-lefty matchup. They set up down the pipe. Brings it. Swing! Hits it into right field. But that'll be drifting into the glove of Mookie Betts. Warning track power. F9 in your scorecard. 2 away. San Diego Padres down to their final out. Dodgers 2, Padres nothing. Righty-righty matchup. Tatis stands in. Here's the pitch. Swing, chops it over to third, and that's going to do it. A 5-3 put out, and Tatis spits the bit. The Padres go quietly into the night, and the Los Angeles Dodgers will face the New York Mets in the NLCS. Starting here on Braves Country Radio, we will have it Monday afternoon. It's a 4:08 first pitch. We'll bring you game number 2, pitch by pitch, play by play. Congratulations to the Dodgers. Congratulations to the Padres on a good season. Just a really bad couple of games to finish out the 2024 campaign. I think the game ball, I guess you have to give it to Kike Hernandez. He had the game-winning RBI, took the 1-0 lead, and the Dodgers really took a hold of the game. And really, it really felt like San Diego was tight in this one. They choked down the stretch and never really got themselves on base. It's not like the Padre offense to go absolutely lifeless, but that's what they did. 2 hits, 1 walk. That's it through 9 innings. They did not score in the last 24 innings of baseball against the LA Dodgers. They were shut out 8-0 in Game 4, and they were shut out 2-0 here in Game 5. Y'all have a great one. Dodgers, jam it down the throat of the Padres, so all that smack talk for naught. They'll face the Mets. That should be a heck of a series. New York versus LA. Shohei versus the Big Apple. Can't wait for it. We'll see you then. Have a great weekend, y'all. We'll see, for you football fans, we'll see you tomorrow, 8:45 to 10 a.m. Cover Country comes your way, talking football.